Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Better Call Saul Season 3. This is for episode 4. It's called Sabrosito. And spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen this episode yet, this was a fantastic episode. Definitely, I want to say one of the best of the season we've had so far. Probably the best of this season and one of the best we've had for quite some time. This was as much a Breaking Bad episode of Better Call Saul as we've probably ever seen. This one had some really cool parts in it, particularly with Gus and also with Mike. I really loved the first half of the episode. The ending was pretty intense as well, too. It was pretty good because we have kind of the lawyer face-off, which is part of our storyline we've had going with Saul. But a lot of this episode is really a Mike and Gus episode. We got to see for the first time in a long time since Breaking Bad, Hector, okay, so I'll just read the description. In the cold open, Hector delivers his tribute to Don Eladio. But is humiliated when Gus sends a significantly larger tribute via Juan Bolsa, earning Don Eladio's favor and ridicule towards Hector. So this is like the beginning, getting to see how kind of the tension started to build in the Breaking Bad universe for Hector and Gus, so Gus Fring. So I really love this because if you guys remember from Breaking Bad, and spoilers for Breaking Bad, of course, really, I think at this point pretty much everybody's seen Breaking Bad, but, that's how they go out. They go out together. Hector and Gus go out together. And, of course, as we saw in Breaking Bad, there's some things coming up, I'm sure. They probably have plans in place already to make this happen between Gus and Hector, of how this situation gets worse before it gets better, and how these two kind of become mortal enemies. And eventually Hector ends up in a wheelchair and the whole bit. So, the question, of course, comes in. Is it from old age? Did something happen? Because how he's like all hooked up and everything and he can't even really speak and that kind of deal. So Hector later on in Breaking Bad I'm talking about. So this one was really cool because it just brought back those feels from Breaking Bad that I haven't really had for, many years now. Probably 4 or 5 years since we saw that episode. I don't even remember which season that was from in Breaking Bad, where Gus and his crew, Mike and the others, they go to Mexico and meet with Don Eladio, and just what happens in that. Those of you guys have seen it, But it was just so sick to get to see that ending. It was so intense. It was one of the best episodes of Breaking Bad ever, and it was really cool in this episode, Sabrosito, to get to see how that all kind of happened, the prequel to all of that, and how that whole operation started going, and just what that looked like. It was really cool to get to see that in this episode, of how the tension starts to build between the two, and this rivalry starts with Mike sort of as the linchpin for the whole thing, marking one of Hector's trucks, and then his whole operation kind of getting busted, his tribute being really small as a result of everything that's going on, and then Gus just coming in with like this huge, kaboom, tribute. It was just sweet, especially in terms of tension when Hector goes into Los Pollos Hermanos with a couple of his guys. You had Nacho in there, and that was really cool as well too, because I don't think he's been in an episode yet this season, or not really. In there, and you got the customers and everything, you got the staff, and really nice how Gus swings it. And I really love what they did with Gus here, kind of further showing what we already kind of knew from Breaking Bad, that Gus is a slick MFer. He's doing like he's contributing to like the police department. He's like acting like he's this really nerdy businessman. You take business in university, you see guys like this, like straight guys, right, where they got the glasses and stuff, they walk around, they're all so nice to everybody and everything. He's just got two sides of him, and then you see the other side. He comes in, Hector, and oh man, that was so good, the way he swings it in front of his staff, and he tells them all that basically he's being intimidated by this guy, and they all buy it 100%. And it was just, man, that was just a really great scene, because we haven't really seen anything like that in Breaking Bad, and we knew from Breaking Bad that these two hated each other and they were like mortal enemies, but we never knew why. This episode, in terms of our characters, really did a lot for us. And I even thought about, Mike as a character and what we see from him. I liked him in Breaking Bad, but without Better Call Saul, we wouldn't have gotten to see nearly as much about his backstory, how he got started, and then in this one, how, Gus proposes to Mike that maybe he should work for him. And, you get kind of that feeling out process, and, Mike doesn't want to commit to anything, but he seems interested. So really great stuff on that front with regards to Gus this episode, and Mike. I absolutely loved it. And Hector too. We should really start to mention Hector as, an important character here, because the actor who plays him goes all the way back to The Godfather. He's in, he's about as OG as you can freaking get. He's all the way back, in some of those old school mobster movies like The Godfather. So, and he was also in Scarface too. So that's pretty amazing to see him also. It just adds credibility to, Breaking Bad in that, which is really cool. So, I really loved everything they did, the restaurant and kind of the face off and the way he puts the cigar in. He's like walking around, and the assistant manager doesn't know what he doesn't get it, and he doesn't understand he doesn't know what to do, and he's like, stay calm and don't do anything crazy till Gus gets there. So, that was really good stuff, and some of the best. I want to say some of the best stuff we've seen in Better Call Saul so far in terms of the drama and in terms of tension. So just really fantastic stuff on that front. And guys, rate your comments below for this one. I really want to see how you guys felt about this, because this was so old school Breaking Bad. It's not even funny. And just rate your comments below. Let me know what you guys thought about all that stuff in the beginning. So the Jimmy stuff. So we've got Jimmy, who also hires Mike to pose as a handyman and uses the repair of Chuck's door as a cover to photograph the interior. I love how he's spinning the the tool, and Chuck's avoiding him, and he knows Mike knows he's coming over. Mike's face is so. He's just so disinterested in everything. He's just he's spinning it, and he leaves. This is really funny. There's a lot of kind of subtle but funny humor in just funny things in Breaking Bad in Better Call Saul. Chuck's house, as well as gain intelligence. Mike returns to his day job where Gus arrives to meet him. Gus lets Mike know that he's interested in hiring him onto his organization, and reveals that he stopped Mike from killing Hector because a bullet to the head would have been far too humane. And that I like that too, because it really showed how much Gus hates him for really kind of sabotaging his business, because of course with Gus, he has two faces, and he doesn't want that regular kind of work face to be shown. And by Hector showing up like that, it's really tough for him. He's got civilians working there, like he said, and so we can definitely understand already why he hates Hector so much. And we get the sense that this is like the start of things getting really serious between the two of them, sabotaging each other and going after each other. So really good stuff. Then we got Jimmy, Kim, Hamlin, Chuck, and Hay meet in order to finalize Jimmy's confession, with Jimmy agreeing to have his confession reviewed by the New Mexico bar. After the meeting, Kim confronts Chuck, telling him that she suspects he has a copy of the tape. Chuck confirms her suspicions and states that he plans to submit the tape as evidence in Jimmy's disciplinary hearing. Kim then relays the information to Jimmy, revealing that having Chuck admit the existence of the second tape was all according to their plan. Bingo. That's a bingo, right? And then they kind of walk out together, and you see the doors kind of open. That was cool, man. And I love also the relationship between Kim and Chuck, Kim and Jimmy, and kind of the way he kind of looks at her when she's helping him and that kind of stuff. You can tell he's he's got that feeling, right? You tell from the look, right? He gives the look thanks for helping me, that kind of thing. And it's just going to be so crazy to see what happens with them, because of course, again, because of Breaking Bad, we know that relationship is not going to last permanently because of where Saul is at in Breaking Bad. So how does that go down? What happens with that? I kind of can't wait to see it, but I love to see the two together and how their relationship works. I really like to see the two together, and they look really happy together, helping each other out and working together and everything. So really great. So man, I love this episode. Sabrosito was amazing. It brought back, makes me want to go watch Breaking Bad. Maybe if I get some time this week, or if you guys do and you go hop on Netflix or wherever, you got to watch Breaking Bad. Man, it just brought back so many of those Breaking Bad vibes for me, which is really cool. Wouldn't that be cool if we ever could see Hank in I don't know how they'd work it in in Better Call Saul, maybe near the end or something. But man, they're doing a really good job right now. I really like it. So in terms of score, I'm gonna give this one like a 9.8. This was damn close to perfect. I loved it so much, and especially the Hector, cartel beginning of that kind of stuff with Gus was really amazing, man. Some of the best stuff we've seen in Better Call Saul ever, I think. So as a 4th episode for a season, this was an incredible episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Write your comments below. And if you liked this review and you want me to keep doing them, let me know. You guys got to tell me. Do you want me to continue to do Better Call Saul reviews? If not, I'll just watch it on my own, enjoy it, and I won't do a review because it takes like half an hour to an hour to do one. If you guys do want to see more reviews for Better Call Saul / I suppose Breaking Bad universe discussion topic videos, please thumb it up. Don't forget, guys, thumb it up. Otherwise, I don't know if you want to see more or not. And of course, you can share, you can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you haven't seen a lot of my videos. I've been reviewing Breaking Bad since about, I think it was season 3 or so, season 3 or 4 I started. Definitely subscribe to the bottom left. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon for another Better Call Saul / Breaking Bad video. That's it for this one, guys. It's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.